numerous panic attacks that just kept getting worse and worse and worse as things were out of my control. And I felt like I wasn't doing a good job, and I just didn't have anything to latch on or ground me. And it really wasn't until I stepped away from Backdrop that I was able to kind of reframe how I saw things and how I saw what I did there. Um, it started out with me being so burnt out that I sat on the couch for 2 weeks after I quit without watching TV, not reading a book. I literally sat there, no music. I was like a frayed nerve, like any kind of stimulation. I was just like, ah. So I took it, what ended up being like 3 months before I even found interest in anything I used to find interest in. And then I took a lot of time off and I traveled, and I went through like a major existential crisis. A lot of my anxiety about work was still there, but had nothing to latch onto. And so it was just about purpose and meaning. And so I did a lot of uh, writing through that time to try and, yeah, I find writing helps me realize things I didn't realize in my own brain. I also was traveling a lot by myself, so I had a lot of time to think. I was going on hikes and just really gave myself space to think. I think in today's world, we're always on our phones or watching TV or listening to music and having so many inputs that you don't really get the time to process. And so something I really worked on was leaving my phone at home. I did like 2 weeks without a phone. And now I obviously am back to using my phone and checking my email and doing all that, but taking even a little bit of time away helped me reframe how I use that more intentionally in my day to day and make sure that I give myself brain space at the end of the day to process what happened and process how I'm feeling and process what I'm thinking about things. And I think it's put me in a much healthier place to be both personally and professionally, just to like have a much better understanding of what I'm going through. I remember writing like when I was still in the burnout, I was like, this is a real thing. I kind of thought burnout was a word used for just being tired. And, I had this is not the first time I've worked myself to a point of burnout, but the first time I rebounded a lot more quickly. When I first, I started my career in investment banking, and I was working like 120 hours a week, and it was insane. And I hated the work, and I just hated everything about it. And so it was horrible burnout. But after like 2 weeks, I was back in it and I was fine. And this was such like a different kind of burnout than that I think that was really just too much stress and not enough sleep. And as soon as I got rid of the stress and started sleeping, I was fine. But this was truly a process that I had to work through to get out of that. And I think so many people are experiencing it now. I really do. As I'm sure you know. Yeah.